everybody, my name is Melissa and welcome back to my writing channel, Hopeful Happenings. I was receiving interest in doing more videos about figurative language, so today's video is about assonance and consonance. We're talking what it is, how to use it, and where to use it. It's a rainy day here in Florida, so I apologize if you can hear the thunder and the rain outside. But let's talk inside where it's nice and warm about assonance and what it is. Basically, it is when two or more words that are close together repeat the same vowel sound but start with a different consonant. So we all know our vowels, right? A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. And using the same vowel over again helps to create a very unique experience. I was attending a picture book seminar with the children's author Carter Higgins, and she was giving this example using Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. This is a great example because it actually uses 3 different vowel sounds to create the mood for this piece of work. So let's read it together. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary. Did you catch the repeated vowel sounds? We've got upon and pondered, night, while, and I, and dreary, weak, and weary. And using all of these together really makes it flow well. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary. It's also very catchy. A few more examples we could use that is from a Rob Sanders workshop that I attended would be go mow the lawn, we light the fire on the mountain, or I feel depressed and restless. There's definitely a place for this. You would really want to be familiar with assonance if you are writing poetry or if you're writing song lyrics or children's books. You do not need to go overboard with this. You can just hint at it. Here's another example from Carter Higgins' book, This Is Not a Valentine. It says, this one is scraps and rips and drippy glue. When we have assonance in a sentence, it makes it so much more enjoyable to read out loud. That's why children's books and poetry need it so much more, because those are things you almost always like to read out loud. Now you may have guessed that consonance is basically the same thing, except instead of vowels, we're talking about consonant sounds. Consonance is the repetitive sounds of consonants within a phrase or sentence. And it often takes place in quick succession, like pitter-patter. Children's book author Rob Sanders also gave the examples of chuckle, fickle, and kick having the same common interior consonant sound, the CK. And that consonants can be used in both poetry and prose. Here's the thing. When you write something, you've got to ask yourself as you write. Although this applies to all writing, I'm going to narrow down right now to talk directly about picture books. When you're writing a picture book, you're constantly making decisions and choices about the mood of the story by the words that you choose. And that's just it. The feeling and the mood of the story are your responsibility. You have to give that off through the sentences and words that you pick. However, you don't get to be there when the parent is reading the book to the kid. You're not going to be able to dictate how you wanted that word to sound or which word you wanted emphasis on. Therefore, it all has to be there in writing already. The other thing too is with picture books, your words are basically the only things the illustrator is going to see before they create the pictures. You don't get to tell the illustrator how to draw the book. You don't really get to put any input into it because you wouldn't want them putting input into your words, right? You don't want the illustrator telling you how to write. and the illustrator doesn't want you telling them how to draw. So do the words in your book convey the mood and the feeling that you want? And a great way to accomplish that is through assonance and consonance. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe down below so you never miss a week of writing content. I post once a week on YouTube and daily on Instagram, sharing more writing advice there and more insights into my own writing journey. We'll see you next week. Bye!